My fiancé announced at our rehearsal dinner, "You're so low-class compared to my ex," in front of both our families. I stood up calmly and said, "You're right. I'd never cheat on you like he did to you." Then I left. The wedding cancellation went out the next morning. I, 29 male, was supposed to get married last Saturday. Spoiler alert, didn't happen. The rehearsal dinner was at this upscale restaurant her parents picked. About 40 people, both families, wedding party, close friends. I'm talking white tablecloths, $200 bottles of wine, the whole deal. Her dad was footing the bill because, well, that's what they do. They have money. Like actual money. Country club memberships, family lawyer on retainer, vacation home type money. I don't come from that. My parents are solid middle class. Dad's a mechanic, mom's a nurse. They work there, but's off to put me through state college. I've got a decent job in tech support, make around $55K a year. Not rich, but comfortable. Never felt less than about it until I met her family. My fiancée and I had been together 3 years. Met through mutual friends. She worked in marketing for her dad's company, made good money, but mostly because, nepotism. Not saying she wasn't good at her job, but let's be real about how she got it. The whole engagement, there'd been little comments. Her mom would say stuff like, "Well, at this price point, you get what you pay for," when I suggested a cheaper wedding photographer. Her sister made a joke about me being scrappy when I mentioned fixing my own car. Nothing major enough to cause a fight, but enough to make me feel less. My fiancé usually shut it down, or so I thought. So there we are at the rehearsal dinner. Everyone's a few drinks in, feeling good. Her dad gives a toast about welcoming me to the family that felt more like a corporate merger announcement than anything heartfelt, but whatever. My dad gives this sweet speech about how proud he is of me and how my fiancé makes me happy. People are laughing. It's nice. Then my fiancé stands up. She's at like 3 glasses of wine at this point. Starts talking about how we met, how she wasn't sure about me at first, cute stories. I'm smiling, thinking it's going well. Then she says it. My ex had this polish to him. Private school education, knew which fork to use, spoke French. Very refined. She laughs, and a few people chuckle nervously. But he was all surface. My fiancé here, he's real, authentic, even if he is pretty low class compared to someone like that. The room went silent. Like dead silent. I felt every eye turn to me. My mom's face went pale. My dad's jaw clenched. Her parents were smiling like she'd said something charming. Her friends looked uncomfortable, but not shocked. That's when it clicked. This wasn't a slip-up. This was how they all saw me. I stood up slowly, took a sip of water because my mouth suddenly felt dry. Everyone's watching. "You're absolutely right," I said, voice calm. "I'd never cheat on you like you did. Multiple times, including with your college roommate." Her face went white. Her mom gasped. Her dad's smile vanished. "Good luck with the wedding," I said. Then I looked at my parents. "Mom, Dad, let's go." I walked out of that restaurant with my entire family behind me. Left my napkin on the table, didn't look back. Could hear her calling my name, but I just kept walking. Got in my car and drove to my apartment. My phone started blowing up immediately, but I silenced it. Sat on my couch for about an hour, just processing. Then I got to work. Called the wedding planner at 11 p.m. Left a voicemail that the wedding was canceled. I'd handle my portion of vendor cancellations. Please send me the breakdown of what I owed. Texted my best man. "Wedding's off. I'll explain later. Can you let the groomsmen know?" Then I went to bed. Slept like a rock, honestly. Woke up to 89 missed calls and probably 200 text messages. Update 1. The morning after was chaos. Started going through messages around 8 a.m. with coffee. My fiancé. 31 texts ranging from "baby, please call me" to "you're being dramatic" to "how could you humiliate me like that?" Her mother. 12 texts about how I ruined the dinner and owed them an apology. Her father. 1 text. "We need to discuss this like adults. Call me." My brother. "Dude, that was legendary, but mom's worried about you." The wedding planner called at 9 a.m. sharp. "I got your message," she said carefully. "I need to confirm. You're canceling 8 days before the wedding?" "Yes." "Okay, so you'll lose your deposit on the venue. That's $3,000. The caterer requires 2 weeks' notice, so that's the full $8,500. Photographer might refund half. That's $1,200 back from the $2,400 you paid. Florist is non-refundable, $800. DJ is willing to refund 50%, so $400 back from $800. I did the math. I was losing about $12,000. Money I've been saving for 2 years. What about her contributions? I asked. Her family paid for the venue rental, rehearsal dinner, her dress, and decorations. That's substantially more. Around $35,000 total. They can handle their own cancellations then. Understood. I'll send you the final breakdown and start making calls. Hung up and immediately got a call from my fiancée. Are you seriously doing this? She said instead of hello. You're really going to throw away 3 years over one comment? One comment that showed me exactly how you and your family see me. I was drunk. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah? Then how did you mean it? Explain the part where you call me low class in front of 40 people. It was a joke. God, you're so sensitive. Cool. Enjoy explaining that joke to the 150 guests who were supposed to show up Saturday. You can't just cancel everything. Half of it's already paid for. Watch me. I'm handling my vendors. You handle yours. This is insane. My parents are furious. They can join the club. I'm hanging up now. Wait, can we at least talk in person? No. I hung up, blocked her number. Then I called my landlord. See, I've been planning to move out of my apartment and into her condo after the wedding. Give him my 60-day notice back in March. Had about 3 weeks left on my lease. Hey, any chance that notice is reversible? I asked. My landlord, this cool older guy, said the couple who was supposed to take it backed out yesterday. You want to stay? Yeah. New lease, same terms. Works for me. I'll draw it up. One problem solved. Next, I call my bank. We'd opened a joint account 2 months ago for wedding expenses and future together type stuff. I put in about $15,000 total. She put in $5,000. I need to remove my funds from a joint account. I told them. Both parties need to authorize closing a joint account, but you can withdraw your deposits, the banker said. I withdrew $15,000. Left her $5,000. Opened a new checking account at a different bank entirely. By noon, I'd canceled the wedding, secured my housing, protected my money, blocked my ex-fiancée on everything. My mom called. Sweetheart, are you okay? Honestly, that's when I almost lost it, but I held it together. I'm okay, Mom. I'm really okay. What she said, that was cruel. You know that, right? You're not low class. You're hardworking and kind, and... Mom, I know. That's why I left. Your father wants to drive down there and give her father a piece of his mind. I laughed despite everything. Tell Dad I appreciate it, but I've got this. We're so proud of you. Walking out like that took guts. After we hung up, my best man came over with pizza and beer. Bro, he said, settling on my couch. I've been waiting 3 years to tell you this. Her family sucks. Like, genuinely sucks. Every time we hung out with them, they make these little comments about all of us. Your job, my tattoos, third groomsman's truck. Subtle but constant. Why didn't you say anything? You seemed happy. Didn't want to mess that up. But man, that rehearsal dinner? That was messed up. Everyone saw it. Her friends didn't seem shocked. Because they're the same way. You dodged a bullet. Hell, you dodged a missile. Around 4 p.m., her father called from a different number. We need to talk about the financial obligations here, he said. No greeting, straight to business. I'm handling my vendors, you handle yours. The venue is non-refundable. That's $15,000. Then you're out $15,000. Not my problem. You're the one who canceled. Your daughter's the one who publicly humiliated me. Funny how that works. That's not. Look, we can work this out. My daughter made a mistake. She's upset. We can postpone, do couples counseling, whatever you need. I don't need anything except to not marry someone who thinks I'm beneath her. Don't be ridiculous. She doesn't think that. She literally said it. In front of both our families. It was a poor choice of words after too much wine. And me leaving was a great choice after too much disrespect. We're done here. You're making a massive mistake. Do you know what kind of life she could have given you? There it was. The real issue. I don't want a life someone gives me because they think they're doing me a favor. I want a partner. She's not that. I hung up. Blocked that number too. Update 2. The week between the cancellation and what should have been the wedding was absolutely unhinged. Her mom somehow got my work number, probably called the main line and pretended to be a client, and left a voicemail about how I was breaking her baby's heart and clearly dealing with commitment issues and should seek therapy for my insecurities. My insecurities, because I didn't want to be called low class at my own rehearsal dinner. Her sister showed up at my apartment building Wednesday evening. The front desk called me. There's a woman here demanding to see you. Says she's your future sister-in-law. Tell her I don't have a future sister-in-law and she needs to leave. Could hear her yelling in the background about how I was being childish before security escorted her out. Thursday, my fiancée tried a different tactic. Sent her college friend, who I'd met maybe twice, to my favorite lunch spot. She coincidentally sat at the table next to mine. Hey, crazy running into you, she said, way too cheerful. How are you holding up? I looked at her. Did she send you? What? No. Okay, yes, but hear me out. She's devastated. She made a stupid drunk comment, and you're throwing away a whole relationship. Don't you think that's a bit extreme? She didn't just insult me. She revealed how she actually sees me, how her whole family sees me. That's not something you can take back. But people say things they don't mean all the time. Do they? Because everyone at that table looked uncomfortable but not surprised. Like they heard that sentiment before. She didn't have a response to that. Tell her to stop sending people. I'm not changing my mind. The friend left. I finished my sandwich in peace. Friday was the worst. Got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Answered thinking it might be a vendor. Finally, God, you're impossible to reach. My ex-fiancée, using someone else's phone. How many numbers am I going to have to block? Just listen for 5 minutes. Please, I'm begging you. Against my better judgment, I didn't hang up. I messed up, she said. I know I did. That comment was horrible, and I don't blame you for being mad. But canceling the wedding? That's insane. We can fix this. There's nothing to fix. I don't want to marry you. You don't mean that. I absolutely do. What about everything we planned? The honeymoon, the house we were going to buy, kids. You mean the life where I'm constantly reminded I'm not good enough for your family? Where every decision gets filtered through whether it meets their standards. Hard pass. My family loves you. I actually laughed. Your mom made a comment last month about how it's sweet that my parents still clip coupons. Your dad asked me 3 times when I'm planning to move up career-wise. Your sister literally said my truck was charmingly working class like I'm some kind of mascot. That's not love. That's tolerance. Silence. I didn't know you felt that way, she said quietly. Because you never asked. You never stood up for me. You agreed with them. I didn't. You call me low class at our rehearsal dinner. In front of everyone. That wasn't a slip. That was how you really feel. It wasn't. I was trying to make a point about valuing substance over style. By calling me low class? Yeah, great point. Really came across well. You're being deliberately obtuse. And there it was. The real her coming out. I'm done with this conversation. Lose this number. I hung up and blocked it. Saturday morning, what was supposed to be my wedding day, I woke up at 10 a.m., made myself a huge breakfast, and played video games in my boxers. It was perfect. My phone was still getting random texts from her friends, her cousins, people I barely knew telling me I was making a mistake. Blocked them all. My best man came over around noon with the other groomsmen. We ordered wings, watched football, and they presented me with a custom beer stein that said, "Dodged a bullet, 2024, with little champagne glasses clinking." Too soon, one of them asked. Perfect timing, I said. Around 3 p.m., when the ceremony was supposed to start, my phone rang from my mom. Just checking on you, honey. I'm great, Mom. Eating wings with the guys. Good. Your father and I are taking the money we were going to spend on your wedding gift and putting it toward a vacation fund for you. Whenever you want to go somewhere, it's there. I got a little choked up at that. Thanks, Mom. Also, her mother called your father this morning, screaming about how you've ruined her daughter's life and we raised you wrong. What did Dad say? He told her that we raised a man who knows his worth, and her daughter should learn hers. Then he hung up on her. I grinned. That's amazing. We're proud of you. Don't forget that. Later that evening, my brother sent me screenshots. My ex-fiancée had posted on social media. Sometimes people show you who they really are, and you have to accept it. Heartbroken, but moving forward. To everyone who supported me this week, thank you. I'll be okay. The comments were a mix of supportive messages and a few people asking what happened. She didn't respond to those. My brother texted, "The audacity. She's playing the victim? Let her." I replied, "Anyone who matters knows the truth." Update 3, final. It's been 6 weeks since the rehearsal dinner. Wanted to give a final update since people have been asking. The financial fallout was real. I lost about $12,000 total between non-refundable deposits and cancellation fees. It hurt. That was money I'd been saving carefully for 2 years. But honestly, worth every penny to not be in that family. Her family lost more, probably close to $40,000 between the venue, catering, her dress, all the stuff they paid for. Her mother apparently tried to sue me for emotional damages, but their family lawyer, the one on retainer I mentioned, told them they had no case. You can't sue someone for calling off a wedding. The social dynamics were interesting. Most of our mutual friends sided with me once they heard what actually happened. A few stayed neutral and kind of faded away, which is fine. Her close friends obviously took her side, but I never liked them anyway. My ex-fiancée tried to reach out a few more times through various methods. Week 2, sent a letter to my parents' house. Long, handwritten thing about how she finally understood what she'd done and wanted to make amends. My mom called to ask what I wanted her to do with it. I said trash it. Week 3, her father called my father. Tried the man-to-man approach about not letting emotions destroy a good thing. My dad told him his daughter destroyed it herself and to lose his number. Week 4, she somehow found out where I go for my morning coffee run and was waiting there. I saw her through the window, turned around, and went to a different coffee shop. Got a bunch of texts after from unknown numbers about how running away won't solve anything. Blocked them all. Week 5, her college friend, different one this time, requested to connect on my LinkedIn. Denied. Then got an email through LinkedIn's messaging about how my ex was ready to have an adult conversation. Reported as spam. Throughout all of this, she's been posting cryptic stuff online. Quotes about growth and learning to value yourself and not settling. The irony is completely lost on her. Her friends have posted supportive comments, but I've noticed her engagement dropping. People are getting tired of the vague posting. The best piece of info came from an unexpected source. One of the catering staff from the rehearsal dinner reached out to me on social media. We'd chatted a bit during setup the day before. "Dude, I wanted to tell you that everyone working that night was rooting for you when you left. We heard what she said, and we were like, oh man, he's gonna walk. And you did. The kitchen staff literally applauded when you left. That made me feel weirdly validated. As for me, I'm doing good. Actually really good. Stayed in my apartment. Renewed the lease for another year. It's small, but it's mine, and nobody makes comments about my furniture being from IKEA. Work gave me a promotion last month. Not huge, bumped to $63K, but my boss specifically mentioned that I'd been handling personal challenges with professionalism. Guess word got around the office, but nobody made it weird. Started seeing someone new about 3 weeks ago. Met her at a friend's barbecue. She's a teacher, drives a beat-up Honda, and when I mentioned I fixed my own car, she thought it was cool, not charmingly working class. We're taking it slow. She knows the whole story. I figured better to be upfront. Her response was, yeah, that's messed up. You definitely dodged that one. No games, no hidden judgments. Just normal. It's nice. My ex-fiancée found out somehow, small world, mutual acquaintances, and apparently lost it. According to my brother's girlfriend's cousin who's still connected to her social circle, I know, convoluted, she was ranting about how I moved on so fast and clearly never loved her. The mental gymnastics required to make herself the victim in all this is genuinely impressive. Last week I got one final contact attempt. Her mom sent a formal letter through their family lawyer. It was basically a cease and desist telling me to stop slandering their daughter and spreading false narratives about what happened. My response, through a lawyer buddy who wrote it up for free. My client has made no public statements regarding the ended engagement. If your client continues to contact him through any means, we'll pursue a harassment claim. Haven't heard anything since. The funniest part of all this? I ran into her ex, the cheater she compared me to, at a mutual friend's party last weekend. We met briefly once before the engagement. He pulled me aside. "Hey man, I heard what happened at your rehearsal dinner. That's rough." "Yeah, well, dodged a bullet." He laughed. "Dude, you dodged a missile." She used to do the same thing to me. Constant comments about money, class, status. Her family's worse. They joke about my dad being a plumber like it was something shameful. "That's why you cheated?" "No, I cheated because I'm an idiot. But dating her? That was its own punishment. You're lucky you found out before the wedding. I proposed once, years ago. She said yes, then spent 6 months trying to change everything about me. Broke it off myself eventually. We talked for a while. Turns out he's married now to someone who doesn't care that his dad's a plumber. Happy, stable, normal relationship. Best decision I ever made was walking away from that family," he said. I raised my beer. "I'll drink to that." So that's where things stand. Single, stable, and significantly less stressed than I was 2 months ago. My parents are planning to visit next month. My dad wants to take me to a baseball game to celebrate freedom, which is very on-brand for him. My mom keeps sending me recipes and asking if I'm eating enough vegetables. Also very on-brand. My brother jokes that I should write a book called How to Cancel a Wedding in 12 Hours, but honestly, I don't think about it much anymore. Sometimes I wonder if my ex-fiancée actually learned anything from this. Probably not. People like that rarely do. They're too invested in their own narrative. But that's not my problem anymore. I'm just a regular guy with a regular job and a regular apartment, living a regular life. And you know what? That's exactly what I want. No country clubs, no keeping up appearances, no wondering if I'm good enough. Just me, being enough exactly as I am. Turns out low class isn't the insult she thought it was. It just means I work for what I have and value people over appearances. I'll take that over her family's version of refined any day. Wedding canceled, bullet dodged, life goes on. And yeah, I'm doing just fine.